cloud and record to our live custom stream. I always love this. This is so cool. I mean, YouTube has really made it so easy to start a live stream using their software. It's all like free. It's really awesome. I really love it. Welcome, everybody. We are live. This is Monday, episode 135 with Victor from Romania. We're going to be doing a lot of talking about free flying and paramotoring. Well, anyways, this is episode 135. This is season 3 on PPG Grandpa's Paramotor Podcast, Clearprop TV, and paratalk.org. Before we get up with Victor, let's go ahead and say hello to everybody on the panel. First and foremost, let's talk to Paramom USA, our very own Linda Anderson, our PR girl with the pom-poms.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yay. My computer, I think, is delayed.
Yeah, I can see the delay. It's interesting.
I hate that. You can go on. You can go to somebody else real quick. I'm gonna see if I'll turn this video off for a minute and see if that fixes it. I'm not gonna shut down, but just.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. We'll just introduce you. If you want to be on the show, get up with Linda Anderson. You can find her at paramomusa.com. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll chat with you later on. No big deal.
Okay, goodbye.
All right. We also got Will Fly from Will Fly PPG. He's actually driving home from what? Flying, camping? What did you coming home from?
Actually, I just entered the great state of Ohio, known for being second in flight, and I'm making my way to the Dave Purdon's fly-in.
Well, lucky duck.
Yeah.
Hosting a podcast about flying.
Yeah, right.
What time do you think you're going to be there?
Well, I'm going to meet up with Never Trust a Skinny Chef Shane. I'm expected to be there about 38 minutes or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, glad that you're able to hang with us for a little bit while you're driving before you get to Dave Purdon's.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Absolutely. All right, bud. Well, we'll come back to you in a little bit. All right. We also got Sean Lee. You've been you were here what, last week?
I was there last week. Had a blast.
It's like you like us or something. If you turn your phone sideways, it'll open it up just a little bit over here on the stream. There you go. It's almost like you're next to me now. How you been doing? Have you been flying at all?
I have. Yep. Didn't fly today. It's raining. Flew yesterday. Had a really good time flying with some Louisiana boys yesterday.
That's good. Well, I'm glad that you're here kicking back and on the panel. So if you have any questions, just make sure you raise your hand and ask Victor some questions.
10-4.
Awesome. We also got Jim from Canada. Hey, what's up, buddy? My maple syrup smelling buddy. You're on mute, by the way, in case you're trying to talk. Oh no, not the mute thing.
I'm up in the air again. So
all right. Oh, so you made up in the air.
Yeah.
You fixed your piston. You fixed your piston.
Yes. Broke in the motor and got up on Saturday and was paramotoring with a bunch of buddies.
What's your motor?
Well, 185 Mossad.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And you are our official sponsor of the show. So tell us a little bit about your company and what you can do for people.
I got a printing company, so I can help you out if you need any business forms, checks, business cards, whatever, stickers or decals, whatever you need, I can supply it.
I like decals better. I'm so used to saying decals. I don't even know how to say decals. That sounds so American. Decals. But you got those decals for us, right? That's good. And we also got some calendars that are going over on paramotorcalendar.com, right?
That's true. I think we're getting some pictures coming in for the Paramotor calendar, so that's nice. And hopefully soon we'll be able to do a contest to see which ones are going to get in the calendar.
Awesome. So if you haven't gone to paramotorcalendar.com, make sure you go there, upload your pictures that you have taken, either flying or taking pictures of other people. Make sure it's yours. And we're going to be doing a contest, and the top 12 or 18, we haven't we haven't figured out how we're going to do it yet, will be in the next calendar. So make sure you go over to paramotorcalendar.com. Thank you so much, Jim. We appreciate you, buddy. And what is the .com to go to, or is it a .ca?
carepp.com. And that'll take you to everything.
carepp.com. And if we want to see your flying shenanigans, we go to
careppg.com.
Awesome. That is awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jim, for helping us out with all the decals, stickers, and all that fun stuff, especially the calendar coming up. But of course, it's not about you guys. It's not about me tonight. It's all about Victor from Romania originally. Welcome, buddy. I'm so glad you're here. I showed you this at the very beginning of the pre-podcast before we went live. And if you don't know, this is from Romania back in, what was this, back in 2000, Victor? That
They switched to plastic. You're talking about the zeros. We cut some zeros from the currency.
yeah,
That's what
and-
you meant?
Yeah, and we can look through here because that was during the
You know, in case they want to launder, to wash the money, it's plastic. It's good for laundering, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This is when we had the eclipse. So we were able to watch the eclipse through our money in Romania, which was really cool. But anyways, Victor, welcome to the show. We appreciate you being on here. For all the people that don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into paramotoring?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
So I got into paramotoring in 2019. At the time I was in Chicago doing an office job. So I was kind of stuck. Chicago is not the greatest place for an outgoing person. There's no mountain, it's all flat. So I wanted to get into some form of flying somehow. But I didn't know at the time that paramotoring is a thing until somebody showed me some images and I said, wow, this is so awesome. And of course, next thing I do, I watch all Tucker Guts video, and you know, I think many of us got through the same watching video, getting into it, and then deciding to bite the bullet, which I did. So you either have a lot of time or you have more money. There's not so often you have both. I had the money at the time, but I didn't have time because I was working in an office. So I said, okay, how much is this? And of course, the price didn't sound so good. I paid, I think, about 13, 14 grand. And I got into the sport. And that turned out to be the best decision of my life.
Absolutely. I think it's the best decision of everybody's life. You know, it's like we watch Tucker Guide online. It's like, what? You can fly on this chair with a backpack and a fan and
Yeah.
a sheet
Yeah.
above you, and you can fly
Yeah.
anywhere you want to. Oh my God, I want this.
That was so awesome. And the dream came true pretty soon. Little I know at the time what's gonna come, that in a few years I'm going to be able to work remotely and travel USA and do this sport. So yeah, when the pandemic started, the company I worked for sent us to work remotely, work from home, right? And I said, define home. What is home? There's no such thing. You don't have to be in a certain place. Luckily, my wife is also on the adventurous side. So we decided that we're gonna try it out. Just buy an RV and move. And it's been, I think, 2 years already since we're strictly in the RV. That's our home, and we're just traveling US. And we do paramotoring, and since last year I started. We both went to free flight school in Utah, point of the mountain with Cloud9, and we did both of us. We got in the air without the motor, so we now do both she flies motor a little bit. It's heavy for her. The motor is a little bit heavy for my wife. She flies at the seaside. She's all right there, but at higher altitude, it's harder to start. But free flight, we do both. So now we just travel, pick flyable spots, scenic flights, and we just go there.
That's cool. I see a paramotor behind you. What is that? Is that your
Yeah,
your main
that's my
one that you
Adam
fly?
80.
So it's an Atom 80?
Yeah,
What
it's here with us.
what frame is that?
It's a Parajet Maverick. I love this frame. It's forgiving. If you smash it a little bit, you can bend it back. You don't need to stop for a mechanic or anything. You just go. It's very forgiving and light and strong.
That's good. So your wife flies with you. Not only does she fly a motor, but she also free flies with you now.
Yeah.
That is really fantastic having your significant other want to do what you do, especially in an adventure like this. I guess we could ask everybody that's out there, do you have a spouse or a significant other that motors and free flies with you? Let me know in the super chat. I think Sean Lee has a question. What's up, bud?
Hey, I do. I was wanted to ask him, are there other people that you know who travel like you do that you see at certain places, or possibly you travel and together, not like in the same vehicle, but maybe sometimes you'll be at the same places at the same time? Do you have buddies like that?
Not really, but the world is a small place with this internet, all the connectivity. So there's often cases where I meet people that I know from online, and we just go fly together because we know from the virtual world. I met people I hardly knew about, just watched some of their videos. I met Reese from Aviator Paramotor. I met Judson Graham, which he made a video with me flying through Corona Arch. That was an interesting encounter.
How cool!
Yeah, I was there preparing for that flight, and he found out about my plan there, and he just showed up. He said, let's fly together. I'm going to film you doing this. And then he made a video about this. And then I travel. And then people know about me. Aren't you the guy in Judson video? Yes, of course.
Now that you say that, I remember seeing you on there. I did see that video.
Yeah.
Well, that is really awesome. Now, in the pre-show, you said that you only broke one prop in your entire career of paramotoring. Where did that happen?
That's correct. I think it was 2 years before last year. It was last year. I was attempting to fly for my first attempt to fly through Corona Arch. And I flew one day. It was a bit turbulent. The flight was all right, but it was too rowdy. The air was not calm enough to go through the arch. Next day, it was calm, zero wind. And unfortunately, I was running too fast for my knees, apparently, and stumbled and fell into the prop. Nothing else, no other loss, just the prop got bust, and I had to wait 2 weeks to get a new one.
Oh no! How did you break the prop? I mean, what did it hit that broke it?
So my knee, I stumbled because my knee couldn't hold me at that speed. I was running too fast for my knee, apparently, and I fell on my back straight into the prop. On the back.
Okay. So you kind of like turtled into it?
Yeah, it was. I was full throttle at the time. That was my mistake.
Oh no!
Because I was trying to run faster. I didn't have lift at higher altitude. It's much harder to start, and I needed more speed. And I said, no, my knees will be okay. I can push it. and I added too much throttle, and I couldn't hold it. So I felt lesson learned.
Absolutely. Glad it was just a prop, and glad that you're able to do all that flying and stuff before you broke the prop and
Yeah.
made it on Judson's video and had a good time. That is really awesome. I'm so happy that you did that. Now,
Yeah.
also too, on our pre-show, you said that you have 4 wings that you choose from. Because I asked you, what is your go-to wing? And you said, I don't have a go-to wing. You need a wing for different things that you do. I mean, I understand. I got a bunch of different wings too, but I didn't realize that, there's more people like me that have multiple wings for
Oh.
multiple,
Purposes.
flying places. So tell us a
Right.
little bit about your 4 wings and where would you fly those different wings?
So first of all, I started with ENB free flight motor version BGD Echo. It's a lightweight. That was the slow wing that was helping me to spin up, to do my first step. It was perfect. It turned out to be too slow. So then I bought a Luna 2, BGD Luna 2, which is fast and nice, but it's full weight. It's a little bit harder to inflate, especially at higher altitude. You have to run a lot. Was not the best. Then we started free flight. So my Echo, my free flight goes to my wife. She needed a wing, so I said, you get this one and I'm gonna get a new one. That's how it works in our family. So I got a Geo, a low B for free flight. And then I wanted to upgrade again my paramotor wing, and I got a Sirocco 3, Ozone Sirocco 3. So now when I want to fly in higher altitude where it's harder for me to take off, air is not so dense, might be no wind, I would go for the free flight wing. I would fly the Geo, Ozone Geo. That is so easy to take off. But when conditions are good, either I have some wind or it's low altitude at the beach, the Sirocco works great. I mean, so far it's my favorite wing to fly with, but in some conditions I won't be able to start that.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's really interesting. You guys in the super chat, how many wings do you have, and do you have more than one major wing? And if you do, what do you fly your wings on? Jim, any questions in the super chat?
There aren't any questions in the super chat yet.
Oh, I saw one. Let me go back real quick. Something about, let me go back. Oh, so John Allen Martin says, how does he fit that fabulous hair into a paramotor helmet? So apparently you got some fans of that awesome hair.
Yeah, it's my wife's choice actually. I used to have short hair, and we wanted to experiment. It was fine, and I remember one day I got back home with a haircut. I had it all, and she almost cried. She said, "Never again! Don't cut your hair ever again." So I never did since. That was a long time ago.
I understand. I tell my wife all the time, don't cut the hair. I don't care how long it gets, the longer the better. It's perfectly fine. So I understand. It's always good to have long hair. I like the long hair too. I kind of let my hair kind of get kind of long, but I got to keep it underneath here so it stays straight. I'm not like you that can just go poof and it looks awesome. Mine goes poof and it's like, oh, put a hat on.
That's me every day. I just go poof and there it is.
You got the poof too, don't you, Linda?
I do. It's all natural. Yeah,
All
there you
natural
go.
poof.
Awesome.
Will, you got any natural poof? I don't think Will has natural poof.
I wake up with
Jim doesn't have any natural poof. Sean Lee doesn't have any natural poof. Oh,
The only
well.
downside.
Me and Victor then. We win.
Yep, you guys
Good.
win. I'm
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't think I won with my natural poof.
the only downside is not low maintenance. There's a lot going on with making it look like at least decent.
Are you trying to say you're high maintenance?
You would know about the hair. It's not easy to make it look right.
Right.
That's true.
He's like,
That's true.
you're not your wife. He's like, you're not leaving the house yet. I have to fix your hair.
Yeah,
I
oh
knew
my,
it. I knew it.
you're exactly her right now.
I love her already.
That's awesome. That is awesome. All
Sometimes I
right.
wish my wife would do that.
What's
Instead,
that?
I just walk out the door. It doesn't matter how my hair looks.
Your wife is like, just go out the door. You're fine.
Yeah, you betcha. No,
That's
I don't think she sees.
No, she's like, go out the door, baby. Look at that.
Yeah, she's not looking at my head. That's awesome.
It's like, that's my boy right there. Looks like we got Joshua Marsh in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Hi, Josh.
Good to see y'all. Sorry I'm late. I kind of passed out earlier.
Hey, passing out is great. Victor, what's this? Let's take a look at Victor real quick. Show us again.
That's cool.
Is it?
Yeah, because people want to know, how do you get this marvelous hair into a helmet? It looks like you just put a helmet on, and it just looks amazing. So if you're listening to this, Victor put on a helmet with his awesome hair, and it looked amazing, didn't it?
I feel like flying already. I have the motor in my back,
Yeah,
the helmet on, I'm flying.
ready to fly. Now, do you have a right or left-handed throttle, and what kind of throttle do you have?
I forgot. Left-handed.
Left hand? Any special throttle, or just the one that came with the S80?
No, it's right-handed. Yeah, I have the what's the name? The one with cruise control on one click. I changed my
Off-grid.
off-grid, yeah, off-grid aviation. Yeah,
I've heard-
that's an awesome invention. That thing. I love it.
Yeah, I had a question for Victor.
Yeah.
That's the Parajet Maverick you got behind you there. It's got the Atom 80. Is that a 130 prop or a 125 prop?
I think it's a 125.
Okay, I was just curious about that. And the other thing I was wondering is, have you ever flown any other motor like the Moster or anything
Yeah,
more powerful?
I would love to fly the Monster, but it's too heavy for my skinny body.
Too
But
heavy?
it's awesome. I mean, I loved it. I was in a windy day, so it was really easy to start. I didn't have to run. But the Monster, I mean, it felt to me like I don't even need a wing. That motor itself would lift me.
Yeah.
I was climbing vertically, like a rocket.
Yeah. Definitely more power, no doubt. But it uses, I mean, you pay the price. It uses more fuel.
And that
And
goes
it's
on
heavier.
and that again goes on your back. It's weight.
Yep. No doubt. Well, the Maverick, that's what I started with. It's a great frame.
Yeah. That was when I choose the school. I said, whatever you sell that to me, because I want maintenance. I want people that know about the motor, everything. So if they sold something else, I would have chose whatever they sell. Luckily, they sell something that is pretty decent. I got to learn in the years after that company is pretty good, but I didn't know at the time. I just took my chance.
Yeah. But you know what? Some people take issue with, a school selling a particular brand or whatever, but I don't, because apparently they believe in it and they know about it. And so I'm perfectly okay with that. And really, it's hard not to get a good frame these days, or a motor for that matter.
There are exceptions, but
Yeah.
there are exceptions. I visited those guys. It's Midwest Parajet in Illinois. I just visited them to see how the school, how the people are, what's the feeling, what's the vibe. That's the most important to me. What's the vibe there? And then everything just clicked in. I said, these are the right people. These are the people that would trust my life into their hands, because you do that when you learn to fly.
Yeah, you do. You're exactly right. Well, right on, man. It's a good motor. It's a good frame. Even Sean, you even fly an Atom 80, don't you?
Yeah, I've tried. Yeah, I've flown the our school's Atom 80 a couple of times. It takes a long time for my big grandpa butt to get up in the air with the Atom 80. We also got a HE 125. I haven't flown that one yet, but I would like to. We got the Moster 185 and the Blackhawk 220. I do like the extra power with the 220, so I think I'm gonna try to get a motor with a more thrust. I really seem to like it, even though it's heavier on my back. I'm okay with it.
Um, for the Atom 80, I was a little bit I flew over Zion National Park, and that's the elevation of the highest peaks is already a lot, and then you have to fly quite a bit above that to be, I mean, they will complain if you fly too low over national parks. So I wanted to get to 9,000 feet with the Atom 80. So I was a bit concerned. Is it going to run correctly? Is it tuned correctly, my carb, for this altitude and everything? It was like a breeze. It was rocking at 9,000 feet, no problem, climbing like a rock star. So
That's really awesome. My climb out on an Atom 80 is so slow that I had to go the entire runway to finally make it at the end of the runway just to make it over the trees. It was a long runway too. So
It's a 5,000-foot runway.
yeah, it was a long way and I
Oh,
could not climb on that thing. So
yeah.
yeah, not that fun. I think we got some questions in the super chat. Jim, what do we got?
Well, Harrismith 101 wants to know how he's going to be able to make it to fly-ins and keep alive if nobody gets their hair cut. But somebody, I think it was, and then Bill H was wondering, do you have any social medias like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok?
I do.
Any accounts that you can share with individuals or us?
Yeah, I think they should be in the description of the YouTube podcast. Is that right, Sean?
I did not see your social media.
Oh, right. Maybe we can add it later.
Oh, I can add it now while you guys are doing that. Is it on the is it on our chat? I didn't see it.
No, let me
Okay.
put
Got some
some.
really cool videos. Really like watching your videos.
Yeah.
Well, it's no problem as far as the social media. We'll go ahead and add that later on. Just add that all to the guest chat, and I'll add it to the description when I see it.
Thanks.
No problem.
So somebody has already suggested for Harrismith that he just needs to go to all the fly-ins and he can be the local barber for the fly-ins. So,
Do you go to
that was a good idea.
fly-ins? Have you been to any of the fly-ins?
No, but I'm actually planning to join the Wingman adventure, Wingman challenge adventure this year. It's organized by Scout Paramotors. This challenge, we're gonna fly 1,100 miles. That's
Wow.
2 weeks, and it's just partly supported. So you're gonna be every 2 or 3 days on your own. It's not really Icarus Trophy, but it's close. And I actually subscribe for that. I'm still nervous about that. It's probably above my level, but I'll try it. Maybe I can do that.
So you want to do the Icarus race?
Maybe next year.
Yeah, me too. We'll do the Icarus race next year. That sounds good.
So where does the Wingman Challenge go from and to?
It starts from Lake Tahoe, and it does a loop all around pretty much all Colorado Plateau. So it's over Zion, over Bryce, Grand Canyon, and Moab, back to Moab.
Grand Canyon, man, that would be awesome.
All
Yeah.
that Colorado Plateau, everything there is so awesome. It's like crazy good for flying. If the weather will be on our side, we'll see.
When are they doing that?
It starts September 15, something like that.
And what is it called? Wingman what?
Wingman Challenge 2022.
All right, I'll have to look that up and take a look.
I'll definitely do.
What?
What's that?
There was a question too. How long do you usually keep your wings? And it was actually the question Tommy Sutherland asked it, and he was asking everybody. But Victor, how long do you usually keep your wings?
I don't think I'm the right person for this question because my wings are less than half their lifespan. So I intend to keep them until they are not flyable. I don't want to sell.
I hear you.
And what do you do with the wing once it's not flyable?
Throw it away.
What? How about you donate it to a school for kiting?
For kiting, I think it's a waste. You should fly the wing you fly. You should kite the wing you fly. And
You
nothing
should.
else.
You should.
That's my take on it. I mean, there's different opinions, but I was kiting that Echo, BGD Echo that I started with, and it's a little bit different than any other wing I tried. So kiting that particular wing helped me be confident that I can take off with that wing, not put it in the motor, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to chop up a wing in a motor. That's for sure. That is for sure. Did we get through all the questions, Mr. Jim?
Yes, we did.
Okay. That's a good question about is how long do you guys keep your wings? Let's go ahead and go through the chat real quick and let's ask you guys. Jim, real quick, how long will you keep your wing since this is your first wing?
I cannot say for sure yet. I am looking for another wing, but it's just going to be a secondary wing, or it's going to be my primary wing, and I'll keep this one. This one I'll send off and get it checked over, and who knows how long I'll keep it.
So you're just planning on keeping it as long as possible. You don't have any desire to sell it anytime soon, right?
That's exactly right. Well, you kind of need a second wing.
And a third and a fourth, right, Victor? Absolutely.
I'm actually trying to sell my BGD Luna too.
Are you?
It's a duplicate with the Sirocco 3. I
All right.
wanted a lightweight, and that actually doesn't have any place.
Well,
in
if
my-
you're interested in selling your wing, go ahead and tell us about it and how much you want to sell it for. Maybe somebody will want to buy it before the end of the show.
Can be. It's a BGD Luna 2S size, 20 meters. And it has less than 10 hours on it. I didn't fly much.
A good wing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Especially if you're at a low altitude and you don't care about lightweight wings. That's a very good wing.
Awesome. There's a button that raises your hand. That's what I meant, Sean Lee. But I can actually see you like this, so that works out great. Sean Lee, what you got, bud?
Sorry about that.
It's all good.
I don't see that button anywhere. But anyway, so I was curious about your Sirocco 3. What size is it? I didn't hear.
It's a 20 meters.
20. Okay, thank you.
I'm 135 pounds. So I'm very
Oh,
light.
wow.
I'm very light.
I'm 170 and I fly a 22 Sirocco.
Yeah, so that's the correct size, I think, for you. Unless you want to be fast.
Yeah, I'm too old to be fast.
Yeah, I don't like very small fast wings either.
I think I'm going to stick with my 28 meters. I don't know if I'm ever going to drop down lower or not, but who knows? I might. Have you ever flown like a 125, Victor? I know that you fly the Atom 80. One of our students is 135 pounds, and he got himself an HE 125, I think on the Rebel frame, and it gives him all the power that he needs, and then some. So have you flown anything other than the 80? I know that you said he flew a Monster 185, but it's too heavy. Were you able to fly like a 125 or anything like that?
No, I only tried the Monster, but the Monster in weight is not much heavier than the Atom. So I mean, many people ask why isn't that Vittorazzi make something in between the Atom 80 and the Monster 185. But if you look at the weight, it doesn't make sense because the weight difference is pretty small. And for the benefit you get with the 185, with the Monster 185, it's not worth it to make a model in between. I might, if I continue or if I exercise a bit more, I could probably be able to start flying a Monster. But currently I'm fine. And I've flown in difficult. For my weight, the Atom 80 seems okay.
Yeah, I think the Atom 80 is very, very comfortable. I mean, you can just keep that on your back all day long and not even know it's there. It's pretty awesome. I like it a lot. Jim, any other questions in the super chat, bud?
Yeah, Fly Swamper was asking what your most memorable flight was, Victor.
Oh, good question. I think it was a flight I had at Fisher Towers near Moab in the Colorado Canyon. That's because it was just looking so good. And also I flew 2 days there. And the first day I started in the evening, more than 2 hours before sunset. So it was still a little bit thermally. So I got ridge soaring and thermaling with a motor. That was so awesome. I came back with a tank full. That was so awesome. Just ridge soar a huge canyon wall and then play around the Fisher Towers. And it was awesome. Everything was flowing. It was, I think it was a glass off. It felt like a glass off. If you're into free flight, at the end of the day, sometimes you get this huge wave of warm air going up the mountain, and everywhere you go, it's lift.
Wow.
And the colors of the sunset and the canyon.
Do you have a preference as to morning flights or evening flights?
Oh, definitely evening. I hate mornings. I'm not a morning person, but I do occasionally wake up 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock to get to some place and do that crazy flight that you cannot do otherwise.
Have you had any scary moments lately? Or learning experiences?
Yeah, but not with paramotors. I was telling the story. I got into canyoning, and one of our rope got stuck, and I had to climb 30 meters, 90 feet on a rope. That was scary. And I can tell you, I never had a scarier moment with any type of flying, neither motor or free flight. I feel pretty confident. I do have butterflies before flying, especially when I fly in new, interesting places. I'm a little bit shaky before, but once in the air, everything is right. I feel right.
Awesome.
I think I'm the same way. It's like once I'm in the air, it's like nothing bothers me. Matter of fact, it is the most relaxing thing. If you're able to fly, if you guys are pilots and you fly a paramotor or free fly, man, I tell you what, once you get up in the air, nothing is wrong. There's just absolutely nothing wrong with life when you are flying, free flying or motoring. Am I right or am I right?
You're right. You're right. I'm glad I got up in the air that day. And now I can relate to what you all talk about once you get in the air. Like before I first stand him, I was like kind of, ooh, you get all nervous. And then once I was up in the air, it was all good. And then I didn't want to come back down. No, I'm not. Are you ready to go down yet? Eric, be like, you ready to go down? Nope.
I think flying is kind of like eating chocolate. You know, it's hard to be unhappy or mad when you're eating chocolate or flying.
Ah,
That is
there you
true.
go. One way to look at it.
That is true. So chocolate, well, make a paramotor out of chocolate. There you
Or
go.
bacon. Or bacon, same thing.
Or
Same thing.
bacon. I like the bacon better. So let's make
Me
a
too.
bacon.
Let's go with
make a-
bacon.
What do you do, Sean? You take up a little can of bacon bits up with you when you go.
Oh, I'm-
Yeah,
fly?
baby.
I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna
baby.
3D
Yeah.
3D print a paramotor out of bacon and chocolate and cheese
Oh, boy.
and pizza.
Man,
Yeah, hey, Sean.
Yeah.
And you know, I was thinking about this flying a few days ago. It's like the only time that I feel 100% right is when I'm flying.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's healthy or right to say that, but dang it, it's the truth.
Well, I tell you what, when I'm flying, I definitely don't need any antidepressants or anything any happy pills or anything. I mean, I don't even need caffeine. I just get up in the air and I'm like, everything is perfect. I don't need nothing. This is all I need right here.
You
Does
know what?
anybody else have the idea that like when you feel like each day there's just a need to fly, and you
It
may
has a
only fly
name.
for 10 minutes, but after 10 minutes, like, oh, I got my fix.
Yeah.
It has a name.
Is that just me or is that
No,
anybody else?
it actually has a name. If you don't fly
What is
for
it?
too long, it's earth sick.
Earth sick.
It's what?
oh,
Earth sick.
Earth sick. That's good.
Right?
Get sick of the earth,
Kinda
sick
like,
of standing, sick of gravity. Yeah.
There
So
you
I got
go.
a question about your your Atom 80. Have you had any issues with it, the motor
Yeah.
itself? Yeah.
Yeah. So I was in Texas for quite a while, and it's a lot of sand, and the wind brings the sand into everything. So I think that I got too much junk in the carb. So I clean it regularly, but after a while I got tired of keep opening it. So I upgraded because I knew there's an upgrade kit to install. I think it's the same carburetor that the Monster 185 uses. And I bought the upgrade kit and I did it myself. Since then, it's been working pretty good, very reliable. But before that, it wasn't reliable. And I still don't know if it was me and the sand in Texas or it was the carb. Some people complain that that carb is unstable by design. I don't know. There has been rumors that it suffers from carb icing at higher altitude or in moisture air. I couldn't tell. I just know it wasn't really consistent. But after the upgrade, it was good. Actually, it was actually Judson, Judson that told me to buy the upgrade kit, and I looked it up, and it's been better.
Oh, that's good. Any other issues with it?
No. It's
How many
it's
hours do you have on your motor now?
this one has about 50 hours.
That's good. That's good. Fly Swamper was also wondering, have you tried a trike at all?
No, only as a passenger. I don't like trikes.
No. And do you fly with a flotation device?
Yeah, when I plan to be on the water, I rather stay safe. Yes, and I install them.
Okay, well, that was another question of his. He was wondering if you use them even in the desert.
I'm sorry, once again, if I use.
If you use the flotation devices even in the desert.
Yeah,
you
that
can-
answers the question. No, I like lightweight, so I leave everything. I actually flew without a reserve quite a bit. When I was flying the beach in Texas, always to an altitude that wouldn't, where a reserve wouldn't help anyway, because I was low to the ground every time. It makes no sense to go high on a beach, right? If all the fun is at the beach, low. So then the reserve wouldn't help much. So I didn't have a reserve at the time. Then when I started flying high, I bought and installed a reserve.
And what kind of reserve do you have? Just a regular round or square, or do you have a steerable?
Round,
Round.
nothing special.
Okay, well, that's good. So you have one for free flight and you have one for your paramotor, or do you have a lap one that you can go from wherever you want to and
No,
hook it?
each set up with its own reserve.
Interesting.
They're actually different weights. It's too different to use the same.
Okay, pretty interesting. All right. Any questions for Victor from the panel?
The Fly Swamper asked another question. He was wondering which beach you were flying in Texas.
It was the Mustang Beach on North Padre Island, close to Corpus Christi.
Sounds good.
It's where Del Chance does his school. He's from Utah, but he organizes these classes on the beach there. I didn't know about him before that, but I just met the guy. And I looked him up on the internet and I was like, oh my God. So, but I met the guy, it was okay. I mean, it was fun. I had a lot of fun with people in his school.
That's his winter location, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So before the show, we talked about all the places that you have flown, and you said you flew in about 20 states and all over the world except for Australia and New Zealand. That's a lot of places to fly.
Yeah. Correction, I didn't fly in that many places. I used to travel the world for kiteboarding mainly, but I didn't fly in that many places. I did fly though a lot in US in many different places. Because I'm living in an RV, I can travel, and wherever I find a nice place, I just bring up my motor and fly. Check everything, the airspace and the conditions and everything. I got to learn how to pick the good spots, how to do the right assessment. I'm pretty independent. I got to fly in Europe though, but pre-flight, because it was harder for me to get my motor with me there.
Yeah, did you say earlier that you'd flown on all the continents except for Australia?
No, I traveled.
Oh,
I
okay.
traveled.
All right.
The question, where did you travel? The question was.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Interesting. So you do a lot of flying, you do a lot of paramotor, a lot of paragliding, and you said you like them both equally.
Yeah.
Where do you like to free flight the most? I mean, is there a certain place that you like to free fly, or is it just anywhere that you get the chance?
Anywhere, and I like diversity. I like high mountains. The higher the better. But anything would do. I mean, coastal conditions with steady airflow, it's less turbulent, it's fun, mellow. Then if you go inland in higher mountain, the thermals are stronger sometimes. It's more rush. It's interesting. So every place with its own.
Absolutely. The apps that you use to fly and check weather and TFRs and stuff, could you go over real quick the different apps and how do you check for wind and weather?
Yeah, you know what? I couldn't claim I'm a good guide in that. I mainly use the basics, windy, the local forecast, whatever. But you know what I do? I talk to the local. When I go to one place, most of the times I would know who to ask. And then I would ask, what do you guys locally here check? And they're going to give me either an airport or something to check that they in time discover that the forecast makes sense. I have much more trust in people and local communities than what I can discover. Sometimes you're alone and you have to do it yourself, and then I use Windy.
Gotcha. What's up, guys?
Yeah, I found that too. Like you go to a different location and all of a sudden the Windy app, the formula that you're looking at, it doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
You have to switch to a different one, and you just don't know what the best one is for that location.
When you have conflicting information, then
Yeah.
you get puzzled. I
Yeah.
got that like 2 days ago with free flight. There was a mountain, flyable free flight mountain very close to us. It's called Sage Mountain. I'm in Santa Barbara, California right now. And I looked at Windy and it said north, and north was definitely not flyable on that mountain. And I said, let's go anyway. And we went there and there were people flying because the forecast on Windy was completely wrong. And they asked, and that's what they do. They look at the airport, nearby airport forecast, and that's reliable. It's different in every spot.
That's true. That's true. Oh, Sean learned the hand raise. Good deal. What you got, Sean?
Hey, well, I was just gonna say that I kind of run into the same thing with the apps on the wind. It's like, especially flying the coast, it just seems to be a lot of times the opposite of what it says. But actually, what I raised my hand for was what free flight harness are you flying with?
I have an Ozone. What's the name? Give me a second. I'm gonna come back with the name.
Is it
Stew on it.
Is it an oxygen?
Ozone. No.
No.
It's
Oh, it's an ozone. I don't know what that is.
What did you say your pre-flight wing was?
the free flight is an Ozone Geo
Geo 5,
6.
6.
Solos is Ozone Solos.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And they also have a lightweight version of this, but I didn't opt for the lightweight. It's too I wanted something stronger because I'm a beginner also, so I might scratch it, and I need something sturdy. Good choice, because I did scratch it quite a bit.
On that note, what's the scariest situation that you've ever gotten into flying?
Flying. Like I said, I had this question before. Scariest. I don't really feel scared in the air. I feel scared more before I start flying, maybe. But sometimes I find myself in situations I don't like when I fly with other people and they don't know the rules, or they just decide to push it to get too close to, especially in ridge soaring hills when there's a lot of people and not so much space, and they would have to like know the priority rules, and some people either don't know them or ignore them, or they think they can go through. And I had tip touches and stuff.
That would be scary.
Yeah.
So somebody tried to do tip touching without your permission, just came up and just wanted to touch a tip?
No, involuntary.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes you have like 50 paragliders in like, I don't know, 100 meters.
I've never heard that before, but I guess I can ask everybody on the panel, has anybody ever touched your tip when flying and you didn't realize they were going to do that? And people in the super chat, has anybody touched your tip when you were not expecting it?
Yeah, the very first fly in I went to, man, I was just flying along and this guy came up behind me and I looked at him and it was like, man, he just like ran right into my tip, and I thought, wow, that's kind of crazy.
Right. I did something stupid once. I was showing off. It was
Just
you,
once.
yeah, I was
Showing off never leads to anything stupid ever. What are you talking about?
absolutely, yeah, exactly. No way. So what happened? I was foot dragging close to where the other guys were camped, and there was a big tree in my path. I knew about it, but I misjudged the distance, and I touched the tree with the tip of the wing. It could have hanged, and I would have been in trouble. It didn't. I was lucky.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, that is really lucky. That could have been so bad.
Oh yeah, that
Wow.
was my worst, my stupidest thing ever.
Well, I think that, when one starts to show off, one doesn't really look at all the different situations that the person could get into, and you end up, possibly hurting yourself. I think that a lot of people, when flying or when watching on the ground and looking up, if this is their first time ever seeing a paramotor, you just flying over straight is more than enough wow for anybody. What kind of showing off were you doing? Were you trying to do some wing overs or some spirals?
No,
Or what?
I'm not the type. I don't do acro. I was just doing a foot drag. I got too close to a tree.
Gotcha. I foot dragged a gravel road one time. Once. Ask me
Right.
ask me about the prop and ask me about the damage done from rocks kicking up.
Oh no,
Yeah, it was
Oh,
on
no,
one time. That's it. One
Exactly
time.
what you're
That's
talking
it.
about.
no. I do foot drag, beaches, water a little bit, but I learned that the damage to the prop is pretty intense, so you need to keep it low. Just
Yeah,
once in a while.
Yep. Even sand. Even sand can
Yeah,
kick up
no,
in.
sand is very abrasive for the prop. I like to
Absolutely.
just fly low. It's just as good. Just fly right there.
I'm with you. I definitely dig flying low. Everybody else likes to fly low too, or are you guys up high and long distance?
Hey, well, I just want to throw this out there. Some about showing off. So foot dragging, some of the best practice I think you can get is foot dragging.
Yeah.
But then when you do foot drag, and especially like turning or doing things while you foot drag, and then if you're someplace, everybody says, "Oh, well, you're showing off." But I mean, how else can you get better unless you actually do the things that you're not good at yet and practice them? Like the foot dragging, running into a tree or bumping a tree. I mean, it's just kind of a way to get better. But so where's the line? But between showing off and working on your skills.
That's a
Sure.
very good question. It's a philosophical question. How do you push your boundaries if you don't push it? And then
Yeah.
what's the limit? Sky is the limit.
I think showing off is when you're doing something that you're not familiar with in front of other people. But enhancing your skills, like doing foot drags if you're by yourself, and there are a lot of sod farms in America. If you're able to get up with a farmer, a sod farmer, and say, "Hey, I want to, come out here and fly," 9 times out of 10, they'll say, "Sure, no problem." I have hundreds of hours at a sod farm foot dragging.
Just
Um,
just don't land on my cow, please.
Don't land on the cow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not gonna land on a cow.
not a good idea. Not a good idea.
No, definitely not. But
Don't even fly close to them.
no, stay away from farm animals.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you scare farm animals and they hurt themselves by going through a fence, or they get out or just trample over each other, that's a felony. And
Yep.
that would really suck to have a felony on your record because you scared a cow. Yep. I scared the hamburger. Right now it's at McDonald's, but before when it was alive, I scared him and I got a felony. So be really careful when you are foot dragging cows.
Yeah.
All right. We're coming up on 8 o'clock here, just a couple minutes. I cannot believe that we talked for an hour already. It's been absolutely amazing chatting with you. You have so many different stories, and it sounds like you are really fun to hang around with and go fly, whether it's PG or PPG. It sounds really awesome. I also put your YouTube channel link in the super chat, and I also put the what was it, the Wingman flying challenge? I put that in the super chat also. I haven't put in the description down below yet, but I will do that. So you Instagram also, and
Yeah, mostly Facebook. I do post on Instagram, but not a big fan of that. So I'm also on Facebook with the same
Okay.
name, Victor Dramba.
so you mostly Facebook,
Yeah.
but you do post to Instagram every once in a while.
Yeah.
And to TikTok every once in a while. Are you a TikTok
No,
fan?
no
No.
Chinese for me, please.
Gotcha. The only fan I like is the one on my back. Exactly.
Ah,
I mean, I am a big fan, and it sits right behind me. I am a big fan, but not so much of social media or anything.
I put my Facebook on the chat here on Zoom.
Okay, so let me go ahead and just add that to the link here in
Thank
the
you.
chat. So have we covered everything? Is there anything that we haven't covered yet? Anybody have any questions for Victor on the panel or anything else in the super chat? Anybody?
Hey, Victor, do you know where your next stop is?
Right now, my focus is for the Wingman challenge, and I'm looking forward to get to Lake Tahoe. That's where the challenge starts. There's actually good free flight in the area.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll get to book motor and free flight before the competition there, Lake Tahoe.
So when will you be leaving for Tahoe?
It's the competition, the challenge starts 18th September. So it's getting close, but not that close. Still got time, but it's a lot of preparing. It's a lot. I still need to add all my dots on the map and think about because it's not the challenge doesn't impose a certain route. You get to pick your own. You only have like every 2 and 3 days we meet together in defined spot, but other than that, you're free to choose your own route.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of preparation.
So will you stay in an RV park, or do you usually stay in RV parks, or do you dry camp, or how do you do it?
Both. I have solar. I have satellite internet with Starlink. Thank you, Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So actually, that satellite internet was my ticket to freedom. I was doing Airbnb and just a little bit of this and that, not traveling that much because you don't get good internet because I work. I need strong, good internet. But since I got the Starlink, I can boondock, I can go everywhere in the wilderness. I'm like for 1, even 2 weeks on the solar with the tanks on the RV.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So is it too crazy to ask what you do for a living?
Software development. I'm a software architect.
Ah, cool. Any particular area?
I do
software.
I do enterprise software for license management.
Gotcha.
well, it's a good thing to be in. The software is always changing. So
Yeah.
you have to be on your game all the time, right? Because you
Yeah.
never know from day to day, right? You know,
Oh, that's so true. You learn continuously.
yeah.
Are
Well, see, now
you,
I know if I have any issues, I'll just message you, Victor. Victor, how do I get back on my computer? It's 100 years
Reboot,
old.
reboot.
That's why I'm in black and white here.
Don't do it, Victor. Don't do it.
Reboot, reboot, reboot.
Yeah. These
Sorry.
days, these days everything is so highly specialized. So you get to learn your little thing and be good at that.
so are you planning on hitting any fly-ins in the future?
Oh, I sure hope. But I'm starting with this one, the Wingman challenge. That's gonna be my first like group adventure.
So
Other
over,
than
you said over two to 3 days, then you meet up every 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
Do you have somebody with you, traveling with you, or are you by yourself?
It's gonna be my wife. She will not be flying, so she's gonna follow.
So it is somewhat assisted, so that's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But
do you have a car in tow?
I'm sorry.
Do you have a car in tow
Yeah,
with
Car
your?
and tow, yes.
Cool.
To me, that's the best combination, because otherwise you will have to go to the supermarket with your big rig, right? And I do
Yeah,
need
right.
a bigger thing because I do permanently live in this, and I need some kind of office space. I need a little bit of space, and it's two of us. So I wanted, it's a 26 feet travel trailer, and it turned out to be pretty good size for us.
That's a pretty big trailer. I
Yeah,
mean, that's a big, that's a big living area.
it's comfortable.
Yeah. Definitely. It's about 8:04. Any other questions in the super chat? Jim, did you want to say hi to everybody in the super chat?
Sure, there was a bunch of people here today.
Yeah, there was.
There's Marshall Smithson, I just showed up, and John Wayne, and Gary Simmons, and Bill H, and Travis Dupont. And I want to just thank everybody for all the questions that they have put out there. I know I didn't say everybody's name, especially you, Fly Swamper. I don't know how many times I can say Fly Swamper, Fly Swamper, Fly Swamper, but I asked a whole bunch of his questions. They weren't all mine.
Fly Swamper has definitely has a lot.
Yeah, they were,
really
and they're
good.
great questions too. Yeah, that's for sure.
Funny,
And
okay.
Flying Flamingo is in, and Deweese, and Charlie Walsh, and Cope
See my
J,
girls. Hi, Charlie.
and even Brian Waller, the hay bale man, was even here. That's awesome.
Good thing I'm
Brian
sitting
Hay Bale
down.
Waller.
Not
Oh
the hay
my
bale.
God.
And
The blast
David.
from the past.
and David Wolf, and John Allen Martin, and Wade Collins. And then we even had a couple barbers in the house. So
That's cool. I need my haircut.
and Sharky in the Sky, and Jeremy. I think I got a bunch of people there. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Oh, and
Good
Para Ninja.
deal.
I don't think I said his name.
Thanks, chatters. Love you bunches.
We
Are we
got-
gonna do the thumbnail, Sean?
Oh yeah, let's do a thumbnail. Who can do the thumbnail?
Hold on.
Let
I
me see
gotta
if I
get my
can.
hair in focus here.
Let me see if I can do it. I think it's Control Shift 4. Let me see if that works, or is it 3? Control Shift 3.
Okay.
Cheese. Let me try. Is it Shift? Oh shoot! Control Command 4. Cheese. That ain't it. Well, what is it? I don't even. How do you do the thumbnail?
Command Shift 4.
Command Shift 4. All right,
Shift.
cheeseburger. Cheese. I hope that works. If not, oh well. We tried.
Come on,
Oh,
shift.
If not, you could do.
I see what it is. I see what it is.
Do,
I see
you
what
could
it is.
do
All right, everybody, thumbs.
Command Shift 3.
I got it. Everybody, cheese. And that was it. I did it. I know how to do it now. Command Shift
Woo,
4
man.
gives you the plus, and then you highlight what you want to take a picture of. Then when you let it go, it takes the picture. So I got it now.
Uh,
See, you don't need me anymore, man. You know all the secrets now.
No, I still
God.
need you. Still need
Don't
you.
have me do the thumbnail. That'd be really scary.
Well, you know, at any time while we're playing the video, I can take a screenshot. It's really no big deal.
You did good, Sean. You did good.
I try my best.
It'd be cool to see Linda take a screenshot because
You know how she does it? You know how she does it, Jim? She takes her phone. She
Yeah, there you go. And then she'd be like,
takes a,
okay, I
she
think
really
it's all
takes a
focused. I gotta take my
screenshot.
glasses off.
She really takes a screenshot. It's really awesome.
If
That's
it
all you,
works.
yeah, I used to
But
do
she
that
has
back
some-
in the day, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, but you post it up every once in a while. It's like, look at this from 2 years ago. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. So I mean, it is really cool.
Oh yeah, I've got all those, and I save all those.
Not as cool as Victor's hair though, but it's cool.
No, I know exactly.
Awesome. So any other questions from anybody on the panel, or any other questions in the super chat that we may have missed? And if not,
No questions, but it's been a pleasure, Victor.
Yep, same here.
absolutely, Victor. It's been really, really super fun. I've really enjoyed this tonight. It's a Monday night. I could have been out flying, but I'd rather be here with you guys. I mean, seriously, if you could go fly or be here, what would you do? Don't tell me if it's any other thing than be here. Okay, just say, hey, it's here. All right. Thank you again. Really appreciate you guys. My name is Sean Simons, PPG Grandpa. You can find me at ppggrandpa.com or iflyparamotors.com. I'm available from sunup to sundown, 7 days a week to talk about paramotors. So just call or text me anytime that you want to. My number is 501-747-3558. How many people actually put their number out there? You'd be surprised at how many people don't call and don't text. I'm an old grandpa. Who wants to call or text me, right? Unless it's paramotors, and I get a lot of those. Jim, once again, thank you so much for printing out our decals and our stickers and calendar. Since you're the official sponsor of the show, tell us a little bit about your company and how we can get up with your stickers and decal company.
I've got a printing company and I can do pretty much anything. We've got a DIY site that you can reach through carepp.com, and you can design and set up your own print jobs and have them printed and shipped directly to you. And I can print virtually anything. And if it's a custom job and it's not on there, just connect with me, and you can connect with me through that website as well, and I'll help you out.
Good deal. I hear that you cannot print money though. Is that correct?
Well, I'm not supposed to. And I'm not supposed to joke about it.
Not supposed to. I like that answer, buddy. I like that answer. Good deal. Well, Jim, thank you so much for helping us out with the calendars and stickers and everything that you do for the show, and for everybody else in the community and even out of the community. So definitely appreciate you and your maple syrup smelling money.
Thank you.
All right. And Joshua Marsh actually made it here. Joshua Marsh, PPG, what's up, buddy? I'm glad that you made it here tonight. Did you get to fly or anything?
Oh, I passed out. I had a rough day with the kids yesterday and ended up getting whiplash. So I stayed asleep this afternoon.
That's pretty rough. Are your kids whipping you around that much or what?
Yeah, water slide at 35 years old does not mix anymore.
Water slides. Okay, that's all you had to say. And now I know you're an old man. Not as old as me. Not as old as me, but
If you're
water
having troubles
slide
with
got
water
'em.
slides, don't go to a
No.
trampoline park.
no slip and slide for me either.
I know, exactly.
Mm.
That'd be me. I wouldn't be able to move for a week
Oh,
if I slip and slide. Oh
I
my
slip and
God.
slide and my short's going to end up way down here and I'm going to be way over there. I'm going to be like, oh, crap. This was a horrible thought. Well, it's good that you made it here, Josh. You can come here anytime and hang out with us for sure.
Right.
Any good videos, Josh?
I got one coming out as soon as I get it finished. My first motor out last week. So
How do
Oh, I
we
thought
how
he
do
was
we-
asking about your slip and slide.
how do we find your video, Josh?
Joshua Morris PPG on YouTube.
Gotcha. Can't wait to see that. That's awesome. We also got our ParamomUSA.com, our very own Linda Anderson. If you want to be on the show, get up with Linda by going over to ParamoMUSA.com. It forwards over to her Facebook page. Just PM her and say, yo, I want to be on PPG Grandpa's Paramotor Podcast, ClearPropTV.com, and Paratalk.org. Tell us a little bit about your flying experience and what we should do on Thursdays.
Oh my goodness. I had so much fun tonight. I just say thank you so much, Victor. You're so full of knowledge and everything. And it's just, I love hanging out with you guys on Mondays and my chatters, of course, and everything. But like I said, Memorial Weekend, I went on my first tandem with, I always get out, I have to say it right here, Northern Light Paramoting, and with Eric Lear was my pilot, and Jade Lear, she helped me get me all set up. And I tell you what, it's an experience I'll never forget. And I'm ready to do it again, because I never thought I'd do it, but then in my head, I'm like, it only made sense, right? I hang with you guys every week. I hang with all the paramotors and the paragliders, and my son paraglides. And you can catch my son on Thursday night on paraglidingtalk.com with Robert Michaels. He is my son, and he's the host with the most. So y'all gotta check in on Thursdays. You never know what guest is gonna show up and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. He has the #1 show on Thursday nights on paramotoring and paragliding. However, on Monday nights, we have the #1 show about paramotors.
Yes. And that's, I got my name Paramount because
You are the
Robert
Paramount.
he paraglides. And so I'm like the PR of this show.
Yep.
And I'm the PR of Robert's show. So, you know, I'm very busy.
What would we do without you? Well, very, very happy that you're here. Thank you so much for helping us out and booking so many people on the show. Matter of fact, we're booked out to September, October now.
Yep, end of September. Yeah, we're good. And then October, we're pretty much booked up, except for I think Halloween night. So
wow.
let's see who
If
can
you
round
want to
up.
be on the show, get up with Linda by going to ParamoMUSA.com. You might be booked in December. Who knows? And who knows? January, we'll be on our 4th season. This is insane. I love it.
Oh gosh, that's amazing.
I know.
That goes so fast.
It does.
Oh
Hey,
my
Will
goodness.
Fly, are you around like Skinny Chef and other folks? And if you are, you got the spotlight. Say hello to everybody.
What's up? How's it going, guys? Getting ready for bird flying. Sorry, I got too much of a tan. I'm disappearing. Yeah, we're here with Mark McElroy and Smart Car Brian. Never Trust a Skinny Chef Shane and
Jason Russell Smith.
So, hey, again, Victor,
That's a
man, it was a
party.
pleasure. Great show.
So Mark's with you guys too?
He is.
What's up,
so
Mark?
fun.
Mark?
Mark as an old man is already in bed.
Oh,
Yeah,
good Lord.
So Will Fly stays up late, but he sleeps in really late, right? Will, you
Yeah.
won't be up until about
Stayed
noon
late with
tomorrow?
him.
Yeah, but no, I don't think these guys will let me sleep in that
No,
late.
we're flying over the house multiple times.
So,
All
yeah.
right.
how
Well-
it works. You don't go to a fly-in to get any rest.
That is for sure. Will, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know that you weren't able to do much other than hang with us, which is all I care about. Just hanging out with your BFFs. Actually, it's BFPPG. I don't know. It's too many words, too many letters. But glad that you're able to be here. You guys have a safe time over at Purdon's, and we'll see you guys soon.
Right on.
All right, buddy. And
Gators.
we got everybody. Sean Lee, we didn't say hello to Sean Lee real quick. So Sean Lee, what's up, buddy? Glad that you made it tonight. You been flying lately?
I flew yesterday with a bunch of Louisiana guys over in Spring Hill or near Spring Hill, Louisiana. I'm in Texas, and Ogie and I went over there and hung out with those guys, and We did some Red River sandbar flying and
Nice.
bridge, and had a good time.
And Ogie is Josh, right?
Ogie is Robert Muse.
I mean, Robert, right?
Yeah, yeah. hmm
Muse.
Yeah, and Travis DuPont was over there. Bill Herman was
cool.
there. Travis's wife Susan was there. Brad Garvey was there. A new guy I just met, Greg Jones was there, and me and my wife.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you're able to hang with us tonight, and you had a couple of hand raises and questions, so you kept the chat going and everything flowing. So I definitely appreciate you, buddy.
Well, just keep interviewing cool people.
Absolutely, just like Victor Dramba, the coolest hair guy I think I've ever seen.
It's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Victor, man, it was definitely a pleasure, buddy. I'm so glad that you're able to hang with us tonight and show us your hairdo. Now I got something to shoot for. Is this hair that's really curly. I love it.
Take your hat off.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was a pleasure to talk to you. Really fun.
Well,
Yeah, it's really nice talking to you, and hopefully we'll get to meet up sometime.
absolutely.
Yeah. Let's hit those fly-ins to meet each other sometime.
Absolutely. And you said your next flying this year is when, Victor?
It's 17, 18 September it starts. It's that Wingman challenge. It counts as a fly-in. It's gonna
It
be a lot
does.
of people.
It does. I might have to check that out. Anything after that as far as other fly-ins, or is that all you're shooting for this year?
No, whatever shows up, and I'm gonna be close enough to the area. Yeah, I hope to get a lot of action the rest of the year after that. I'm not stopping. I feel it's 2 years, and I feel I just got started.
Absolutely. I feel the same way. It's like I can't imagine what life is going to be like 1 year from now, or 2 years from now, 5, 10 years from now. I cannot even imagine the cool things other than I know I'm going to be getting an electric paramotor next. That's my next thing is electric paramotor.
Oh yeah.
Yep. All right. Any words of wisdom? Anything that we want to say before we say goodbye to the world and call it a night?
Dagger. Yeah.
Keep flying. That's all it matters.
Absolutely. Just keep flying.
Thanks, Victor. Appreciate ya. Be safe
Every
out there.
takeoff is optional.
What's
Every
that?
landing, every takeoff is optional. Every landing is mandatory.
That is true. Even with a hole in the piston head. Oh, speaking about hole in the piston head, did you keep that piston head for a souvenir or trophy, Jim?
I don't have it personally on me at the moment, but I do have access to it, so I'll be getting it, yes.
Good deal. That's always fun to have access to your oopses. All right. Anything else in the super chat that we may have missed, or any other questions? If not, I had a blast. You guys were so fun to hang around. Will, thank you so much. I always appreciate you. You guys have fun in your fly-in. Good to see Skinny Chef Shane in the background. Say hi to McElroy for me and everybody else. Sean Lee is back here again. He's on the panel. Been a guest. Glad that you're back here and hanging with us. Paramom USA, our Linda Anderson. She's our PR girl and our pom cheerleader. If you want to get up with us and be on the show, just get up with Paramomusa.com. Our very own Linda Anderson. Give her a call. Let me give you everyone her phone number real quick. No? Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Linda, for everything. We definitely appreciate you. Joshua Marsh, good to see you again, buddy. Glad that you're hanging with us and having a good time. Jim from Canada A with your maple syrup smelling money. Me, Sean Simons, the PPG Grandpa, and of course, Victor Dramba, our guest tonight. It was absolutely amazing. Had so much fun. And thank you again, Victor, for being on the show. We definitely appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Is there going to be a show tomorrow, Shane? From Purdon's? You guys are on
But
mute.
tomorrow night at Perk, well, we're gonna do our best, right, Shane?
It's not gonna be at Purdon's. We're gonna be at the family farm. Hey, at the family farm tomorrow night, where we're at now.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have some quick clips or something. But
Show tomorrow night.
yep, 8 o'clock Eastern
Show
time.
tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Go to ppgshane.com. They'll forward over to Shane's YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see the live show there at 8 o'clock. And that's 8 o'clock Eastern and 7 Central, yes?
Yes.
Sweet. All right. Then Wednesday, we have an all-girls show, paramotorgirl.com. And then, of course, on Thursday, we got another show.
Paraglidingtalk.com.
.com. All right. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow on ppgshane.com. Good night, y'all.